Gonna pick my filter. It's almost like midnight, but I did tell you all that I'm gonna come on here more and talk to you all. My lips need something. I did tell you all that I'm a night person, so I'm gonna try to figure out how I can come on here more at a time that or premiere my videos at a time where people can see it if they're not night owls like me. But I just wanted to big up my spirit team, my guides, and truth be told, all the people on YouTube of current that have been inspiring me. I don't have, let me just log in real quick, y'all, 1 second. And those that are live, thank you for tuning in. I think this video is really gonna help a lot of people. So let me just go ahead and set this up right here. 1 second. Oh, they did YouTube change their it looks like YouTube changed their layout again. Cause I'm literally on here like WTF. Alright, I just gotta type it in because it's not coming up, bro. There we go. No, wait, 1 second. There we go. Okay. I'm back. Okay, it's up, it's running. Yeah, okay. So, I don't have a store yet where I have like my own oils and candles and whatever and soaps and all that. I would have to figure out if I've been called to do that first. I mean, um, obviously there's a lot of, women creators and business owners out here that I have so much respect for, and there's actually quite a few that are in the so I'm back, y'all. Sorry, I was actually trying to put up my volume. My case clicked off my button. Sorry about that, y'all. That was weird. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, there's actually a couple of spiritual YouTube girlies that I've actually purchased from. Now, I'm not saying that I've used their stuff for my stuff specifically. Some yes, some no. But let me tell you this. This is like more of like a pep talk kind of video, okay? I used to do a lot of like candle work in my earlier days when I was just getting into YouTube, like maybe about like a year and a half in. And I found that it was very therapeutic and very helpful for me. And I think that when I got really caught up with responsibilities and work and all that, I wasn't able to take time to like, go to botanical stores and spiritual stores and like buy candles and all that. Like for a long time, I wasn't really like able to get focused enough to do it. And so if there's any of you out here where like whether it's prayer or full moon or new moon manifestation or journaling or scripting or visualizing or candle work, aka candle magic, whatever, like if you have something that works for you and like maybe you've got caught up in like the day-to-day, which a lot of us do, that have responsibilities, that have maybe kids, family, spouse, whatever, like a lot of us are busy in our lives, and I think to be honest, I think for about at least a year, I did not do any candle work, like no petitions, no clearing, no 7-day candles. 7-day candles I highly recommend. Now I don't want to put too much of my own work on the camera. Like I'll give you guys a glance because it is very personal, it is a very spiritual thing. Like I think that candle work is so effective. And let me tell you, I think for at least a year, I did not do any candle work, and I saw such a difference in my energy levels, my creativity, opportunities, relationships. Let me tell you, okay, I'm getting excited. Let me just kind of calm down. Let me tell you guys, I did a love candle. I may have to make like, I don't know if I'm going to do a different channel or a different series, but let me tell you, I did a love candle And I watched different videos of people that also incorporated like love candles with like I would say scripting, but like a different version of scripting. And what I do is I get creative with it. So if I know that the typical way of, dressing a candle is, let's say, Florida water, right? Okay, you can put a twist on it. You could use cinnamon. You could use whatever you want, right? To anoint the candle, to dress the candle. People can say they do this, and this, but like the spiritual connection comes in where you decide what kind of oils. Like I have this oil right here. Like this is a fast money dinero oil. I bought this at an actual spiritual store, not online. I rarely buy things online. Like I don't really buy a lot of like my hands-on stuff online. Um, Majority of the time I go in person to get the vibe of what I'm buying. But if I have to buy it online, I will. But that's more of like a one-off, like a specialty candle or something like that. So a lot of times locally where you live, you don't have to go somewhere super fancy. Like if you haven't really got into this and like you're looking for a huge change or upgrade in your life, I recommend for you to kind of skip all the noise online, like at first, because if you get caught up in buying what I call more of specialty candles that cost any range between 8 and $20 plus, you have to be like more advanced. I feel like you kind of have to understand like what you're doing. So if you're not really like, if you don't really feel as comfortable, or you don't really know much about herbs and certain things like that, different oils, different powders, I always say start with the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like start with the basics and get a candle like this, for example. Okay, get a candle that, for the lack of a better term, is basic. Like, if you haven't really like begun that and like you're interested in that, my advice is start with, a one color candle or a 7 day candle, and like work with that and like see how you can read your candle, because there's different steps to it. You can read your candle, you can go to people who read your candle for you. Like it's very intricate. It's a lot more than just like spraying Florida water on your candle, right? Like it's a whole like ceremony, to be honest with you. And so let me tell you, I did a love candle back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, or 2022. And let me tell you, the results were insane. And before that, I was not doing any candle work. And like my love life was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like there was opportunities coming in anyway. But the difference is when you work with the candle, if you choose to, you can get really specific. You can put details. So they have petition paper, or you can go with just regular notebook paper. Like I don't, that's why I'm saying like it's up to you. Okay, like this is all about you. So like all my candles here that I have in front of me that I've worked on, that I'm going to share with you all, like how it's just already working, and I'm like, oh my god, this is what I'm missing. Like this is literally what I've been missing, and I knew it, and that's why I had to like invest my own money, my own time to get back into it, because when I was doing that before, bruh, my life was like amazing. And as soon as I got distracted and stopped, everything was like not this. It was still fine. It was still popping. It was still awesome, right? But it was not the same. I'm telling you, it's not the same. So, yeah, if you are just curious, I would say to get like I mean, I've heard people recommend like a white candle. Truth be told, I don't have nothing against white candles. I look at white candles as very luxurious. I look at white candles for like as opulence, you know what I'm saying? But I say go with the color candle that you're drawn to. If people around you are drawn to like pink or red or white, but you're drawn to purple, green, and blue, go with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always heard people say white candle, but like a lot of the things I petitioned for, the things I worked on, things I put my energy into were not white candles. They were not white. I mean, not that I don't use white candles, but like they were not strictly white candles. So I'm like, you know, that's kind of just like a, maybe what's the word I'm looking for? That's just kind of like a caveat, like okay, like a typical thing, like oh, white candle. But there's a lot of candles that um deal with the chakras, right? That are associated with the chakras in your body. And that's why I'm saying like really get into it, because let me tell you all. So back to other testimony. I did a love candle, and I did I wouldn't call it a petition. It was like I saw this lady, now I don't know her YouTube channel. She did her own rendition of like something to do with like stability, communication, whatever. And I took her idea and twisted it. Like I put my own, like everything I see somebody else do or like recommended, I put my own twist on it. So like if they do it one way, like let's say for example, if they say new moon and I say full moon, I'm gonna do full moon. Because maybe the new moon energy works for her, but the full moon works better for me. So you have to kind of like, don't be afraid to change it up. Okay. So yeah, I did this love candle, I think either end of 2021, like fall time 2021, or top of 2022. And I kid you not, that candle worked. It worked like crazy. It's still working. And I have it as a part of my collection. So it works. If there's any like skeptics out here, like to me, like candle work works. And like if you're a spiritual girly out here, an astral girly out here, where like you were into it at one point but then you stopped, I think this is a message you need to see. Like I'm here to tell you, girl, like pick that back up, because it's not just about like what it symbolizes, it's the fact that like you're putting your energy into it. And not just that, but you're putting like good words, good energy, and whatever you're putting good energy, good words into is gonna come back to you. You get me? So yeah, that one love candle I was drawn to, I burned it, whatever, I dressed it up, put a bunch of oils in it. I put my little like my own spin on it. And bruh, I was blown away. I was blown away by how powerful it was. I was like, oh my God. And so I'm at this point right now where I'm like, dang, like, this is something that I would definitely offer if I could, because like my methods work. My methods work. And so I have 3 candles right now. Not typical of me to do that, but I actually have 3 candles that I've been working on right now. And in my last Ariana Grande video, I told you all that like I had the lights low because for one, it's super hot outside, it's summertime, and for two, when you want to relax, it's sometimes when you really want to relax, it's best not to have a bunch of lights around you, like blasting in your face, like your computer, your fan light, this, like that. So like sometimes it's really nice to just kind of like be with the candles and just like relax with the candles, meditate and visualize on what you want to see happen and really let it do its work, look at it, check on it. I check my candles. I don't just light them and walk away. A little tip that I use is if you go to the Dollar Tree, now this may sound kind of funny, but no tea, no shade. A tip that I taught myself was to get, if it's available, some sprinkles. Like, okay, some Dollar Trees, especially I think Dollar Tree, not, I don't know if it's Dollar General, but I think, yeah, Dollar Tree, it's definitely Dollar Tree. I kid you not, it has to be at least 3 years. At least 3 years. And and the reason I'm shaking my head so much is because I'm blown away. And I think that this is like the perfect time. So I have more testimonies to tell you all about the recent candles I've done. I'm like really excited. So yeah, the Dollar Tree. At least 3 years ago, I bought these different packets of glitter. There was dark blue glitter, gold, silver, all these represent abundance, health. And that $1 packet of multiple packets of glitter could have not cost you more than $1, because back then it was only $1. It wasn't $1.25, wasn't $1.50. This was $1, bruh. Lasted me 3 years. Just the other night, I finished one of the last packets of dark blue glitter to put in the candle. You can see a little bit of it here on this one. There it is, the proof. Lasted me 3 years. So this type of stuff, okay, on your spiritual journey does not have to cost a lot of money. If you're thinking of spending like $100, $200, like, it's not necessary. You know, if you know certain brands that you prefer to spend that kind of money on, do you? I recommend it if it works, but like if you're starting out, or like you're just picking back up like I am, like, start where you're comfortable and work your way up. So if you have like one, regular candle, and now you want to go buy a $20 candle for something more special, more specialty reason, that's okay. If it works for you, it works for you. So recently I bought a 7-day. I have an abundance, and I have another one. And once I picked it back up, I got back in it hardcore, because before I really forgot all about it. I don't know how it's possible. I could not tell you how it's possible. But for the longest while, like, I just forgot all about it. And I saw such a difference. And one day I was taking a spiritual bath. I had some Florida water. I had all these things. Like, I really, like, my aura was so cleansed. I took the bath. My aura was so cleansed. And I just felt something deep within me saying, like, you need to, like, go back to what was working for you. You need to go back to what had your energy levels high. You optimistic for the future. You need to go back to methods that spiritually worked for you. And I followed that intuition, that intuitive note that said to me, go to the store you're used to, or get that oil from this store. Make the effort and go where you need to go, whether it's online or in person, to get it, because it's going to change your energy. And remember, everything's about energy. Money's about energy. Love is about energy. Everything's about the energy you give off and what you're attracting, right? So you got to make sure that if you want to attract something big, like you want to be a multimillionaire, or let's say you want to attract the love of your life, or you want to get pregnant, you've got to put in that work. If you're not seeing no results from prayer, you're not seeing no results from yoga, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not seeing results the way you want to see results, you got to put in the work. And it's not hard work. It's not toiling. It's not laboring. It's fun. Remember, keep it fun. Keep it simple. So go to the Dollar Tree. I'm not even trying to be funny. Go to a Dollar Tree and look around. I actually was at I think General. No, this was another Dollar Tree, but the sign looked like Dollar General sign, but it was Dollar Tree. I went to a different Dollar Tree this morning for a different purpose besides candles. And as I was up and down the aisles looking for stuff, other stuff for the house, I saw the most prettiest candle holder for $1.25. Like, I could not believe it. It was round, and it had this color gold holding it for $1. Temu. Temu is trending. I know people use Shein. I never use Shein because of child labor and stuff, but Temu, right? Temu is popping. I actually bought a wax candle holder for like 97 cents off Temu. So this stuff does not have to be expensive, okay? So yeah, so I went back to basics, and let me tell you, I do have a prosperity candle that I work with. Now, I would definitely say, if you're looking for a new beginning, to get a 7-day candle. That's my number one recommendation. This is mine right now. It's almost finished. Okay, you can see it's a lot going on. And that's actually partially because I spilled the cinnamon. I spilled a couple things and I had to dump it out. So it's not like it's like that, like it actually spilled. But anyway, like, yeah. So that could be that could definitely be what you're missing. If you feel like you don't know where to start, I would definitely recommend a normal 7-day candle. It doesn't have to have, like, you see how this candle has like all this writing on it and stuff. See, when I do 7-day candles, I don't like all that writing on it. because whatever writing they're putting on it it's like a part of the candle. So sometimes if you don't want so much outside energy, it's best to not have any writing on the candle. That's just my recommendation, but like I said, you have to try it out for yourself. So when it comes to 7-day candles, I don't prefer the writing on the candle. I prefer it to be bare, just like this. Nothing, there's no writing. It's just all the colors are there. It's a clear glass so that I can put my energy into it, not somebody else putting their manufacturing writing onto it, and then I have to go with the flow. You see what I'm saying? If you get a regular candle that has nothing on it, it can be better sometimes because you're not distracted by all the writing and all that. So I don't know. That's just something that I've observed, like over the years, like certain candles, I don't like anything on it. Like I just want it by itself so that I can put my spin on it and my razzle dazzle on it and make it work. So now, let me get some water. A quick testimonial. So with all that said, did a spiritual bath. I started off all this with a 7-day. Okay, that's how I opened up you know, the I was gonna say portal, but that sounds too cheesy. Like that's how you kind of get yourself kickstarted back up again. So the 7-day candle is what I started off with, and that's what I think. That's what I know. Not what I think. That's what I know helps to me. It helps clear out the past energy a lot better when you have 7-day candles. So if you're the kind of person who just jumps into the decorative candles and you don't really focus on the candles that are really about clearing and resetting, that may be something you're missing. And if you go back and do that and then do your other candles, I think that people will see quicker results. At least I do. I'm only telling y'all what works for me. So that works for me. Me doing a 7-day candle and then going into the specialty candles or, different kind of category candles works for me. So with all that said, I've been burning it like pretty consistently. Back in the day, I think I would have it sometimes on for like an hour, 2 hours. Not this time, honey. I've had these candles on sometimes majority of the day, if not half or throughout the night when I go to sleep. And I make sure it's in a place that's safe because safety is number one. And let me tell you all, I just checked my email. This is a testimonial. I just checked my email and I got a credit line increase without asking for it. I got a whole letter talking about how I've been responsibly paying this, responsibly paying that. I've never asked for a credit line increase. And out of nowhere, I've got a credit line increase. So I'm like, bruh, this ish is working. And not just that, but since I've been consistent, I've been getting more calls for certain things that I literally put out in the universe, like, I want help with this, or I want to know that, or whatever. I want this opportunity. And I kid you not, like, because I've been consistent, it's been coming in the way it should come in, which means there's no delay, there's no blockages. So what you'll find sometimes, depending upon like your own spiritual journey, is if you don't do certain things, you'll feel like a little dry. You know what I'm saying? Like people, a lot of times, they don't know what's going on in their life. And so I always say, like, if you don't know what's going on in your life, it's good to do a 7-day candle. I would recommend it because once you do, or road opening, road opening is a classic term in the spiritual community. Road opening incense, road opening candle, very, very common. But I go with the 7-day. I find the 7-day candles very effective and very quick. So that's what I started off with. At first, it was a spiritual bath, prayer, meditation, anointment, all that. Then I went into a 7-day candle, and then I went into journaling, scripting, things like that. And yeah, no lie, like I literally I just checked my email like before this video, and I got a ton of emails about prosperity. And I didn't even ask for that. I kid you not, I did not even ask for that. And they gave me a credit line increase. And as we know, in these times we're living in, having good credit, having good an abundance of credit if you need it is could be a lifesaver. You feel what I'm saying? So for me to get that email, at first I was excited and I'm like, wait, like that's so cool. I didn't even ask for that. How did that happen? And then I paused and I was like, oh ish, it's my candle work. I know it's my candle work because these are things that I've been working on, spiritually. So yeah, this was just a short video. I mean, 25 minutes is not really short to me because a lot of these videos I'd be doing 45 minutes plus. But yeah, this was just a video to encourage y'all, give you guys a little bit of, a little bit of tips and stuff. Putting some yarn or rope around your candle is another trick that I use that I've never seen anybody do on social media. It's another trick that I use. Maybe I can make a different video about that one day. But yeah, that's a trick that I've used from back in college, where I get the color of the yarn or the rope that I want to attract, and I bind it and wrap it and infuse it with the candle. And every time, I'm not even kidding, like every single time I've done that, the results are lightning quick. And this is how I know my guides, my guardian angels are telling me, like, you need to, you can't get complacent, you can't get lazy. If you really want to see certain things pop and happen in your life, you've got to have your finger on the pulse. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and the best thing about it is these things are not expensive. If you want it to be expensive, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. Like most things that I've bought are not out of the ordinary. I think are very, very reasonable and almost dare so say I say, cheap. But I don't use the word cheap. I use the word reasonable because it sounds better. So yeah, so I hope you guys like the video. Thumbs up to show me that, if you watch this video at a later date, to show me you want more videos, because I have a lot of, let me tell you, over the years I have really like formulated my own techniques, and my techniques work. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd be very, very intrigued to see if some of my techniques will work for y'all out here. Because if I tell y'all some techniques I use and then y'all use it and it works, then we got something going on. Because like I have recently just started doing this, like intentionally, really focusing on it, like not skipping days and enjoying the process, like enjoying it, having fun with it, decorating it, visualizing, but while working, having it lit in the background while you're working or while you're taking a shower, whatever, like, being proactive. And so, guys, I had no reason to get that email. I had no reason whatsoever to get that email. And I know for a fact that that's because of my candle work, because that's not something that I've ever talked to any of my banks of recent about. I have not asked for a credit line increase from none of my bank accounts. None. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is working. This is working. And even with relationships and relations with work and all that, I've seen a consistent increase. This is also something that I bought. Maybe y'all can benefit, because let me get this out here. This is also something I've bought. The price sticker still on it. This was $9.99. So $10 and some change. And this is called it's in cursive, but it's bayberry. It's bayberry, okay? And it's for prosperity. See the dollar signs? Prosperity and good health. And this could be in baths, for floor cleansing, for a whole lot of stuff. And I haven't used it. Let me see if it smells good. I haven't used it yet, but it smells, I love nutmeg. Me personally, when it comes to prosperity herbs and things like that, I prefer nutmeg over cinnamon. Now, that's also something I bet a lot of people can't relate to. I always hear about cinnamon. I always hear about things along that track, but I don't really use cinnamon. I like nutmeg. So yeah, if y'all not really fond of cinnamon, like I'm not really that fond of cinnamon, I will use it, but I like nutmeg more. I like nutmeg more. And this, I see why I bought this. This smells like nutmeg, but it's bayberry. But it's bayberry. They also have I know some girls that are spiritual as well on Twitter that follow me, I follow back, that talked about other floor washes that are pretty common. I have not used those. It's I you know, sometimes I put like a little bit of oil in my cleaning solution, whatever cleaning solution I'm using at the time. I'll put a drop of oil sometimes. Sometimes it's not a common thing I do, but this is something I'm gonna get into because I know that these things work. I know it works. So yeah, bayberry. So bayberry is, you know, very common, very unique. I think actually when I bought this bottle, this was the last bottle they had, if I'm not mistaken. When I was at the store that I like to go to, this is the last bottle. And I know why, because just the smell off of it smells rich. It smells healthy. It smells solid. It smells like accomplishment. It smells good. So that's also another, you know, hack, trick, tip that you guys can get into. Like when you're cleaning your floor, put a little bit of oil in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't put a whole cap. Put a little pea drop. Put a little pea drop and wipe your floors. You know, and you know what I'm saying? Like the thing about all these things we do that I love is it works. Because there's a lot of things out here in the world that don't work. You know, it sounds pretty, it looks pretty, but it don't work. All these things I've done, that I've learned, that I've incorporated in my own style into over the years from learning from other people, it works. It works. And the fact that the fact that I had to go back to like what I used to do and see the time I was in, and then now, like present day, I'm going back into it and I'm seeing such positivity and such results so quick. I've only been doing this for like 2 or 3 days, y'all. So I don't know. Somebody needs to hear this. Like, you know, get that candle. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Get that candle, get that oil. You know, don't procrastinate. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna go, you know, next month, because you'll forget. Like, you know, when I had that, like, what I'll say is this: when I had the urge to get it, I got it. Pine, very powerful. Not just pine soil, which I love as well for the floors, but pine. Pine represents resources, you know, health, abundance. Another trick that I've learned that I don't really hear much talk about, except one lady that's pretty well known. I've heard her talk about it, but not a lot of people. She, but she would use tea light candles. I'm not really a big fan of tea light candles. I know they don't work with tea light candles, but I'm sure in the future I will test it out. Pine candles for prosperity. I bet a couple of y'all haven't heard that one. Pine. Yes, pine. Pine. Not easy to find. Not easy to find. You may have to go online for that. Money or prosperity, just say abundance. Abundance candles that are pine scented or have the real pine in it. Most of those kind of candles don't have pine. They have cinnamon, they have cloves, they have bayberry, they have, you know, all the typical, but they don't have like what actually represents wealth. And so sometimes you have to go out of your way to find what I call specialty candles like that. And whether it is a little bit more or not, don't matter. Like it's what you think is gonna work, what you know is gonna work, and what you feel connected to. So for me, pine candles, when it comes to prosperity, is also something that I'm very connected to. And I've never really heard people talk about it except really one YouTuber that I feel has taught me some stuff, you know, and I thank her for that. And I've actually donated to her. There's one YouTube channel where she has multiple videos about different candle workings, and I've actually donated to her a couple times. When she had her PayPal link back in the day, I would always donate to her because she taught me a lot about how to really make the candle work for you, and not the other way around. So yes, so she was the only other person on the internet that I came across that I've heard say that. Pine candles. Most people, when it comes to money, prosperity, I never heard them say pine. I hear them say cinnamon. I hear them say mugwort. I hear them saying cloves. I hear them saying anise. They have that little, or different flowers, rose even, but I've never heard them say pine. So that's a really good tip for y'all out here who want to see your income increase exponentially. Get into the pine candles. Like, buy the candles that say pine on the front. Like okay, so like for example, my candle actually is pine. It has the pine leaf on the front, okay? So something like that doesn't have to be the exact same, but something like that if you're really into increasing your abundance, okay? So that's the video for today, y'all. I'm happy to share some tips with y'all. If y'all already know all these tips, then you're definitely on the right channel. Because if you already know all this stuff I'm telling y'all, you should be good, okay? But if you just happen to get you know, a little bit of tips about, or you know, more insight into my techniques, and you want to try your own, go for it. Because let me tell you, the results I've seen in a matter of 2 days, not even like a day, like really it's been a day, but you know, I'll say 2 to 3 because 2 to 3 is when I started burning all three. The 7 day I had by itself for a while, and then once the 7 day was almost done, then I incorporated other candles and did the same thing. Did the same thing, cleansed it, dressed it, got my supplies, you know, the whole gist of it. So I'm gonna get off here now, y'all. Y'all have a good morning, evening, night, or noon, wherever you are. Love y'all. Subscribe, show your support, energy exchange, thumbs up, and try it. I really encourage y'all, if you've never tried it and you want to see a certain area in your life get a lot better, test it out. For real, for real.